Hey, assalamu alaikum. I hope you guys are well. We had a session today on APS 101 with Postman. So I will be waiting for others to join in. Before the event starts, what I will do is I will suggest you guys to sign up for an account in Postman. Okay, so you guys can sign up in Postman. So I'm going to give you the link into the comment section that you guys can sign up. You guys should have a Postman account so that later on when we guys will practice with APIs, you guys can easily access to it. Okay, so let me give you the link. Okay. Okay, so I think you guys can see the link now. Sign up link now. Okay, so let's get started with the session. Okay. I do share my screen about the APIs. Okay. Okay, so let's get started with it. So what is API? Today's session is actually mainly on APS 101 with Postman. Okay, so you guys can actually ask your questions into the YouTube chat section or comment section. I will go into it later on. So who am I? I'm MD Shahriar Al Mustaqim Mitul. So I'm now a Postman student expert. Okay, you can also connect with me at Twitter. The handle is Shahriar Mitul, and also you can add me in, or you can follow me at GitHub. It's Mitul3737. Okay. So before the session starts, what I want to tell you about is like there is a Postman Student Summit going to happen very soon. Okay, so it's on August 7 to 8. So I really encourage you guys to be there into the session. So I will share all the links later on to how to get into the summit, and also you guys can just simply search into the Google like Postman Student Summit, and you can sign up. It's free. It's totally free for you guys. Just sign up, and it will really be an amazing session for you guys, and also summit. So and all those who are actually who want swags, we guys will be providing some swags too. Okay, so today's agenda. So it is going to be a long kind of session, kind of 1 hour to one third, like 90 minutes totally, maybe. But it will be mainly on totally the APS basics, and also what you guys need to know about how APS work, and a practical session mainly. That's the main topic or main agenda today. So you guys can see the agendas are like intro to APIs and Postman, then requests and responses, then trying things out, the practical session, and also the follow-up resources. Some resources I will be sharing, and the Q&A section. Okay. So starting from the APIs, what is APIs? Okay, so basically, if you go and look into it, like you have gone to a restaurant, and then you are trying to say, like you have ordered a food, or you have called a waiter, like you want to order this item like chicken or something, or vegetarian items. Okay, just ordered a through a waiter, and waiter then goes to the cook, and he tell him that yes, the guy has ordered this thing and he needs this. So what happens then? It's kind of order, normal order. Just you are going to a restaurant and just you are ordering something. Okay, and the waiter just going to the cook. Then what happens? You can see the flow, right? The flow. This is the simple flow. What happens after that? The cook actually cooks the food, and he passes it through the waiter, and the waiter then returns it to you, right? So you are asking for a food, and you are going through a waiter, and the waiter goes to the cook, and then after the food is being cooked, just you just get the food, right? So this is how actually APIs work. This is how API works. So you can see here that here's the client. Like the client actually kind of give some request or some suggestion, everything, anything. They just ask for something through the API. API is like kind of the waiter here. Okay, the client asks for something through API, and API then goes to the server, and he asks for it. Like, I need this, just give me this. Okay, and then after seeing this, like the order and those kind of thing, what happens is and then the server actually returns what the client needs. Okay, so this is how API works. You can just compare it like the waiter, and the waiter is like the API, and you are the client. You're going for a restaurant, you are the client here, and the server is the cook. Like, so this is the simple example. Like we use APIs in lots of things. Like when you are clicking a photo, or you are going to give a permission to a new app, like you are going to play game, and when you are going to start a game, then they might actually ask for a lot of permissions. So those permissions are handled by APIs and lots of things. Like Google also uses APIs and those kind of stuff. So okay, let's get to the next slide. So what's an API basically then, and why should I use one? That's the thing, right? The why are you here, and why you actually should know about API and why you should use. So the short form of API is like application programming interfaces. Okay, so APIs. It allows service to communicate with each other. You previously have seen that it is allowing the person, or it is allowing its client to get the service. Okay, it is allowing, like it is the middle person that he deals, or he kind of makes things easier for you guys. And also, nowadays, software has become more complex and collaborative over the years. Developers no longer need to create every service from scratch. That's true, right? So then, like you are going to create a project, and if you have to create everything from the scratch, that it is going to be really very tough for you guys, because there is a limited period of time for you guys. So you guys can use APIs. It will make things easier for you. So this is how actually things are going to work in APIs. And also APIs allow developers to access data from a service. Okay, so like Google or Twitter, without any knowledge of how the code basis has been implemented. So if you have APIs, okay, if you have created an API, this client will not know about your code bases. Okay, so he will not your code base. He will not know about your code base. Still, he is going to use it. So you guys, you will have a kind of security issue. It will be resolved actually. So we have known about some basics about API. I think most of us are much more fascinated about knowing about how we use API in our Postman. Okay, so and that the practical session is really going to be amazing. So let's go into it. Okay, so some kind of basic again, like APIs. If you see, most of the people nowadays use Instagram. Like, so what Instagram does? Okay, so Instagram, when you want to upload a picture on Instagram, you guys can see the first time that people actually have to give some permission for it. Like you have to give permission that yes, I'm allowing Instagram to use my camera or my folders, right? So this is actually dealt through what dealt through the APIs. Then what happens? So when you have given the permission, then after that, just immediate after that, what happens is that the camera can then access your photos, right? So then, sorry, the Instagram can access your photos then. So then the photos in your camera then gets uploaded through the APIs and the Instagram to the server, right? And then the people can actually access to the pictures. So it is also dealt with APIs. So there are lots of APIs which is used actually, and lots of APIs are used actually in your regular basis, like Google search or those kind of things. Also based on APIs, because we will see it later on. Like, okay, so again, there's an API for everything, literally everything. Like you can see here the cat API or weapon, weather map, genius, Discord, YouTube to MP3. All of these have APIs. Spotify, Twitter, Facebook, Google, and so many more. So there are lots of APIs to use. We just need to know that how to use it, or the basics about it. Okay, so again, so the I here is the UX, like to tell you more about the APIs. Like if you can see here, APIs turn softwares into Lego bricks, right? So what is this? Like we all know about Lego bricks. Like many people might have actually played with Lego bricks, right? You guys may have played with Lego bricks. So APIs turn softwares into Lego bricks. How does it do it? Like you can see here, right? You can build it total software. It means the total software, right? It is a total software. It is built with a lot of APIs. It means all of these colors are little APIs. So it is making things easier for the software. When you are getting lots when you are making things easier for the software, it's kind of its efficiency does increase. So this is how a lot of lots of big companies are using APIs. Even Google uses APIs. So this is mostly about the APIs, the basics about APIs, how you it deals with you. And also you guys can ask questions into the comment section. Later on we will have a Q&A section. Okay, so but when we will go to the practical section, then we will having uh, okay, when I've seen Utkarsh talking about this. Okay, it's funny. You can see both the session. No worries with that. Okay, so APIs turn software into Lego bricks. Okay, so that's what about the basics about the APIs. Okay, right. Then we go to the next session. Like, what is Postman? Okay, so this is what we have known about the APIs. Now we want to know about the Postman, right? So what is Postman? Why we should use it? So we have something like the 98% of Fortune 500 organizations use Postman. Okay, so you guys can see it here, and also more than a lot of organization and 13 million developers use Postman. So it's really a trusted platform. You guys can use it if you need one. So as we are the students, mostly we are the students. If we guys can use it for free, why shouldn't we use it for our projects or all other stuff? I think we should use it. Okay, so that was our Postman, right? And also, why should you use it? And it was like you can see here the command and the Postman one. Like into the left section, you can see here that if you have to use a API with curl command, then you have to deal with lots of codes, lots of lines, lots of things, right? But if you're using the Postman for APIs, okay, so you don't have to deal with a lot of things. It's just there are simple codes we are doing with C, Python, or those kind of things. This is easier for us to realize because the UX is a kind of much more easier for us to realize, right? You can just see that. Meanwhile, I have told you guys to actually have a account in Postman. Just sign up with your Google account or whatever you want. You can just sign up. It's free, totally free. You guys can sign up. We will be going to the live session with the live practical session very soon. Okay. Okay, so that was actually about the APIs and Postman. Now we are going to the requests and responses part. This is very important, right? It's really very important. Why? You guys have seen previously that if you're going to a restaurant and you are asking for something, you're requesting for something that I want to eat this dish. You're requesting for something through a waiter, and the waiter goes to the cook, and after that the response comes, right? So the cook actually cooks the food and passes the thing. So this is mainly the request response pattern. What happens here? The client actually something requests something from the server. Okay, the server has some APIs there. Okay, so client a request for something and request through the server. After that, the server actually responses back to the client. Okay, so we have seen it visually actually before, like you are asking for food and the server through the server, and they are kind of responding. uh, Okay, so I have seen few questions here. Like, meanwhile, like Utkarsh said, "Can't decide. I should watch your session or Kunal." It's up to you. And Avidal Tandon said, "Are APIs safe and secure? Can hackers jeopardize our application in any way through APIs?" Hmm. Okay, so it's surely with authentication, it's actually secured. So with authentication, it's a secure, so you guys can use it because Google and big tech companies are actually using it, and it's secure because they know that they have to deal with APIs, so they are giving much more importance in their APIs. Okay, so it is the main work, right? To kind of use this API and also to deal with API. So they will give much more importance to this authentication part. So rest assured. So there's no issue with that. They are focusing on that. And thanks for the slides too. Okay, there's okay. So let's get ahead again. Okay, so we have known about the request and also responses, right? Now, how to make a request? That's the thing, how to make a request. uh, Within a few minutes we will get into the practical session. Just before that, just talking about you, like, into the request section there are three parts, like method, address, and path. So we will know all about that: method, address, and path. Okay, so just see this example. Just see this example. Here's all given. We will see this part into the Postman by now. I will be sharing this screen now. You can see here, like, the get part. This is the get. This is the method. This is the URL, and this is the path. Okay, so I think I should just now make people see about this. Okay, so just go and search Postman. Uh, and search into the Postman. Just I'm going to search you for you guys. Okay, so if you have signed up already, just launch the Postman. You can just launch the Postman. Okay, so why am I going to do that? So I will just going to show you what happens into the Postman and what is there. Okay, so here you can see, you can create, if you don't have any kind of workspace, just create one. You have to create a workspace. Okay, you have to create a workspace. You can there are some workspaces already created for me. You have to create one, but right now I'm not going to share the uh, mm, workspace link for the practical one. This is not a practical session. Just I'm going to show you one thing, like the example I am showing you, this one. I'm going to show you this example. Okay. Okay, here. Shit, sorry for that. Okay, 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 sorry. Okay, so if you see here, like, into the gate section, if you search for we search for google.com, right? www.com, right? Just search for it, you guys will see it, right? So just copy it. And you okay, so if you guys don't have this part, like don't have any kind of workspace, what you have to do, just okay, let me show you one, like create wait, yes, you can just create a workspace right now. Just create one. You can just create a workspace, and then here, just create here, like you can see, give it a name like practice, right? Anything like all about APIs. Okay, so after that, create workspace and so this is how a workspace will be created. Go to workspace. You don't have access. Okay, switch accounts. So don't worry with that. So okay, this is a workspace. Okay, it has been created. Just you have come to your main account right now. Then go to this workspaces. Here you guys will see the workspaces you have already created. Okay, so basic practice and new request. This was the created already. I created it. You guys will see it here. Okay, so here if you actually copy and paste it here, right? This one copy B. Okay. Okay, just www.google.com. The link actually you search for, just copy and paste it here and then say do it right now. Okay, so you can just see the thing, like what have you seen, this one, like this doodle and also the search part and this thing. So this will be here, just actually my this is actually cracked here, like it is not going to be visualized here. This is not a problem. A normal Google logo is actually visualized here. This so what happens is, here you can see here, just I'm asking for a website or a link to be seen. Okay, so I'm sharing it here, and then I'm sending it to the Postman APIs. Okay, then the Postman returns with this result, that this is the link. Okay, this is the Google website. Okay, so if you search for www.google.com, just you will see it. Okay, so this is how things work. So here if we have seen into the slides, like this is the methods, you can see a lots of methods. Okay, just we will use four methods today: get, post, put, and delete. Just four. Okay, and this is the actually HTTPS. This is the protocol. We all know that hypertext transfer protocol. So we all know about that. And also this is the domain www.google.com. And if we use search here, the same. Okay, so why have I added search here? Just into the slides, we had search here, right? So search is the path. Okay, so after the actually host, we are adding the path. Okay, so let's get into the slides again. Okay, so we have been mentioned like the methods, all about the methods, right? The methods we have: get, post, put, or patch, or delete. Okay, so why you have to know about it? Because into the practical session we are going to use these methods: get to retrieve information, to get some information from through the APIs. Okay, so we have just previously we just added this link into the APIs and just asked for the information to get. Okay, so then what happened? The APS showed us that this is the Google's API, or this is the result. You just ask for the you just give input and this is the result. The result came. But for the post, if you use post method, what you have to do? To you use post only to send information to the APIs. Just you want to send information to the APIs, you are going to send it. Okay, so you can think of like you are the cook. So the a person actually came and asked for a food. You are the cook. You are then going to send the food, or you are a server. So you are going to send the information or the food. Okay, so this is how the post works. It is just sending the information. And after that, the put or patch, we guys will use put mainly. Put is for to update information. Okay, so if you have a information that is wrong, like you just want to update the information, you guys will use put for that. um, then after that, into the delete, if you use the delete method, what happens is you guys can delete your information. If you're the admin, you guys can delete the information or all about those through this delete method. Okay. Hmm. So going back to the slides. Okay, so we have known about that. HTTPS is the protocol, www.google.com is the host, and path is the search is the path here. Okay, so more about it. If we want to know more about it, specifying details. Okay, so specifying details. Why are we here with this? So if we again go back to the here, if we again go back to it, just go to google.com and you can now search for Postman, right? You can search for Postman, sorry. Yes, you can now search for Postman. Just write down the Postman and search for Postman. Okay. Okay. Again, if you just come here and just search for it, right? Q and into the value, you're just searching for Postman. Okay. So what happened here? Into the key section, we have added Q, okay, Q, and into the value section, we have added Postman. Just add it, Q and Postman. So you can see here now that into the search bar, the it is the Postman is added. Okay, so what happens? So we are talking about actually parameters, all those kind of things. So again, if we send, there's no change actually, but what happens mainly if we actually copy this, okay, if we copy this and if we change, we have already seen the Q and the Postman, right? If we just copy it and cut it and paste it, now what happens? Okay, now what happens? Okay, this you can see here, the Q equal is Postman has the value Postman and all other things. These are all the parameters. You can see here the query parameters. Params, they actually tell in the shorter version Q params. Okay. So these are all parameters. So we are going to know about the parameters. These are the parameters. When I searched previously, I searched Q and with key Q and had the value Postman. So it has actually showed me some results like that. This, and now when we copy this whole thing, you can also write P into the there's no issue with that. Okay, so you can just search Postman and just copy the link here. Okay, so now you can see what you can see the all the results here. You can see here the results. You can just copy and copy this link and come here and paste it. You can see all the results here. Okay, so what is happening here? Just we are providing this API some link asking for the result or resulting website and using a lots of parameters. Today we are not going to use all of those, nothing, just for the basics we are using this. Just to know about this, we it deals with parameters. The link has some parameters of those kind of things, and it has also the values. Okay, that was it. Okay, again, if we actually go to the slides, once again. Okay. Okay, so we have seen here the parameters in the query. You saw that query params, that was a section there, and also authorization, headers, and body. Okay, so we are not going to do lots of authorization today. This is not this will not be here into the this session actually, but we will have it in the later sessions. Okay, so and also about the headers and body, we will be dealing with body and data types or those kind of things. I will show you. Okay, so and also if you see here like the request body, so again I will show you the body section. So into the body section there are like optional but often supplied with post and put requests. There are like post, put, I showed you like those post, put, and all a lots of methods are there. And the data types, form data, JSON data, text, HTML, XML files, and lots of data types. Okay, so meanwhile, you guys can ask you if you have any kind of doubt, kind of having this. If you have tried this practical, like going to the Postman and searching with this link, if you have any kind of problem you are facing, you can just ask into the comment section. And Sejin Raj actually asked for what kinds of bugs does API testing find mostly. It depends on. It actually depends on the platform, actually, right? like Google has some API, or all the organization have some APIs, and it is specific on a certain topic. So they're focusing on the bugs. They're surely focusing on the bugs. Use and show some other APIs. Yes, surely. I'm going to use some other APIs. There is no APIs used by now. So I'm going to use APIs. There are like 4 APIs or 3 APIs for today. Sorry, 3 APIs for today to use. So I will be using just one. Is there any limit on number of requests we can send to APIs? Okay. Uh, no, there is no limit. It's based on actually their plans. Okay, so if you talk about a Postman, if you're using it for free, just you're using normally like one, 2, 3, 4 requests. There's no issues with that. It's like it actually depends on if you have a very big projects and you are going to use it for once at a time and so much. I think you're asking for that, or so it then depends on actually the plan or something comes of subscription or those kind of thing. But if you're using for free and just you are using it one time, just using the request for just once, there's no issue with that. Just you have seen me right now, I'm using the free accounts. I'm a student, I'm using the free accounts. So just I'm dealing with this, just I have send a request and it has come back with response. There's no issue with that. You can send several. There's no issue with that. And okay, so again, if you kind of see into the data types, we have form data, JSON data, text, HTML, XML, and all those. And here is the format of JSON data. We will be dealing with JSON data today. Okay, we will be dealing with that. And if you're a student who actually want to be Postman student expert, if you have applied for that, or if you have tried any practical session or those kind of thing, you have already dealt with JSON data. That's important for Postman or also for us. Okay, so we have dealt with the responses, requests, sorry, the requests by now, and now we are dealing with responses. How are we going to get the responses? Okay, so if you see into the status code, like 200, the 200 means, okay, the request or the problem has been solved. It shows 200, status code is 200. 201 means created, okay, and 404 it means not found. The request you asked for is not found. It's not into our APIs, it's not in our servers, okay, and also headers and accessing body data. So we'll be showing it there. Okay, now the practical actually begins. This is the main one, the practical begins. So I will be sharing the link into the chat section now. Okay. And meanwhile, okay, let me actually have it. Stop sharing. Okay, so now what I will do is just going to give you some time. I'm going to have a kind of having some water meanwhile, and I'm going to share the link, workspace link. You guys can just go there. I will be also going there and for the link. Okay, let me give you the link to the YouTube comment section. Here's the workspace link. Okay, so I will share again with you, but just go into this link, and now we will have the practical session with you guys about the APIs. Meanwhile, I'm going to kind of answer some questions here. So, okay, I think you guys are very active. Thank you for being active. And also, if you guys face any kind of problem, just share it here. Okay. I'm just going to kind of answer if you have. Okay, now, okay, okay. This is actually the link. This will be shown here. Okay, you guys can see it into the live stream. Again, now we will be going to this link and restarting from the slides again. Wait a second. Okay, so if you guys are done with it, I'll be starting with it within a few minutes, like, sorry, within 1 minute or so. Just actually go there, and if you have signed up with a Postman account, just sign up with a post. Okay, wait, let me give you the sign up link again so that it becomes easier for you guys. You can create a sign up account. Okay. Mhm. So, yes, we'll be starting now. Do we need to fork it? Yes, wait, wait. Yes, you guys have to fork it. I'm going to start it. So, no issues with that. We have to fork it because we all know about that. We are familiar, maybe you are familiar with GitHub or so. So, we have to fork to use it, right? We have to fork it to use it. Okay, so let me actually get started with it. Hmm. I'm going to share the screens again. Share. Okay. Okay, so what we have to do here, okay, so now what we are going to do is just follow this link, just follow along, navigate to and fork. Okay, just go to this link. Just you can, if you haven't seen into the chat section, or if you are into the Facebook live or so, you guys can just go to this link. Just you can just simply type it out and go to this link, and we will be going it now, going to it. Okay, just okay, sorry. Okay, no issues with that. It's secured. Okay. So now, if you are signed up and signed in already, so you will be taken to this page. Okay, just let me show. Okay, you will be taken to this place. So what we have to do is just fork it. Okay, so like if you press it, you can see this one to fork the file. So you can just forget. So today we will have this session, like we will have this practice, like basics of API and getting data, updating the data, all those kind of things. We are going to use it, okay? But we are not going to use the basics of API with auth or building an API. We're not going to use those today. Today's main topic is like for the basics of API. Okay. So meanwhile, you guys can just fork it. Just have a fork into your account, so things get easier for you guys. And you guys can have a fork label. And why is this? To create, you have to create a fork label because maybe you are going to practice or this with this file for a long period of time. Maybe you guys can do that. So what happens is that just if you're giving this a label like 22 days, like 24th July, so you're going to give it like 24th July. So what happens is later on when you are using this file, same file again and again, just you guys will have you guys can see that this file has been used in this time or so. Okay, so if you have already created workspace, I have shown you. If you guys have already created workspace, I have 3 workspaces. So I'm choosing my workspace and fork collection. So it is getting forked. Okay. Mhm. Okay. So there are actually kind of two here, two for 24th July. You can see here the fork ones. So I used two. I will use one today. Okay. So I used one today. So I told you back, like when you are using this label, you guys can easily realize, or it is easier for you guys if you're using it later on. So I used it previously. So this is what I will use today. Basics of API. Now comes the main part. Okay, so I'm going to zoom it. Um, Now comes the main part. This one, like today, what we will do, we are going to use an API, and you guys can actually choose. I think it's better if we choose the jokes APIs. We have 3 APIs, like the quote API, and also the joke and the book APIs. Okay, so I think for the students, sorry for that. For the students, we guys will actually be loving to have the jokes APIs. Okay, so this will be really interesting for us, the jokes APIs. Okay, so you guys can choose if you want to use the quote API today, or the joke API, or the book API. You guys can mention it into the, can you please zoom it a bit? Okay, so I think it can be seen now. I have zoomed it a bit. So I think what you guys say, we should use joke API or the book API or the quote API. You guys can mention it into the comment section. We will be using that today. Any suggestion for you guys? Mm, you guys can mention it into the chat section. There's no issue with that. Jokes API. Abigail says Jokes API, so we guys can use it. No issues with that. Okay, Jokes API. So yes, Lakshmi Narayan Naidu. He also says the Jokes API. Okay, so maybe we should go for the Jokes API. It will be okay. So Mahendra also said about. So okay, let's get started with the Jokes API. So what you have to do, like if you're new, you don't have any kind of you haven't used Postman previously, you guys won't have this kind of things like student expert training or these others. Okay, so I had this because I had the student expert training, and I will also mention about the student expert training later on. Okay, so I'm a Postman student expert. So if you guys are facing any problem with that, you guys can actually reach out to me. I can actually suggest you how you to solve this issue, and also we actually have a Discord channel, the Postman one, and also my channel, like Learn with Me Too community. We also have a Postman channel. You guys can actually reach out to me. There's no issue with that. I will be sharing all those links here, and also you can see it into the description one. Okay, so let's get started with the jokes API. Okay, then first, what happens? Just go to this one, like get data. Press it here. Okay. Wait. No issues with that. Okay, so just press the get data. If you press the get data, what happens here, you can see here the methods, the get method, and also add the URL here. You are asked to add a URL here, and you can, after all, you can just press the send. Okay, so what is the URL? Okay, where is the URL? The URL is here into the documentation part. If you if you can share with me that if you guys have found this documentation part and the links, if you have actually deleted it, or if you have if you are not getting it, just what you have to do is, if you press this icon, just press it, and you can press it, view documentation. Document, you can see from here too, there's no issue with that. Into the, actually into the document section, documentation part, it has been added actually. Okay, so into the, if you go to here and into the documentation part, all the links are there. Okay, so we guys will be using this URL, and these are the paths we previously we saw. www.google.com/search. So that was, search was a path, and now we will be using joke as a path. Okay, so this is getting easier for you guys. Just so now I will be just copying this, okay, into the get section. Just remove it. Okay, just copy it and paste it here. We are using the get method. Now if you press this send, what happens? Can you guys see what happens? What is the output here? Is this hello world in your Postman account too? Can you guys see the hello world? You guys can mention into the chat section. Yes, you guys are getting this hello world. And also this one, just see this one, that this is actually like we show, we have seen, yes, Avril has got hello world. Okay, so we have previously seen that 200 means okay, the process has been done. It has been dealt with. Okay, okay. Yes, Lakshmi also has seen. Yes, okay. Mahindra has also got one. Okay, so 200 you have got this 200, it means okay, there's no issue with that, you have done it perfectly. And also it is the time period, how much time it took actually. 905 ms milliseconds. Okay, so it took a really a very short period of time to complete it. Okay, so now we are going to deal with the jokes. How we are going to deal with the jokes? Just add this part, copy this joke bar, and go to this get data and add it here console V. Okay, just there will be just one slash. Okay, now if you press send. Okay, now if you press send, what happens? Just see what happens. Like there are kind of, there is an id there, and there is author, joke, and source. Okay, so you can also see JSON. I previously told you about JSON, right? Into the body section, there will be some data types. You can see here, right? There are lots of data types like JSON, XML, HTML, text, audio. So we are going to use just the JSON today. So I also showed the format of the JSON. So it's like this. This is the parameter and this is the value. So this is how it deals. So what it means is there are some jokes. I will just show you what it means. Okay, just if you just copy it and go to Google and then Control V, just search it. Okay, you will see the almost, you guys can see almost the same output, but just again use slash and view. Okay, now what happens? Now we are dealing with the real APIs. This now it has been we are dealing with the real APIs, and it is the main part we're actually talking about. Okay, so this is what we are now going to do, dealing with APIs, getting some information from the APIs. There was actually four methods we have previously mentioned, and one of those was get, other was post, one was put, and another was delayed. Okay, so we are using get. We have already used get. We have three methods left. By now we have used get method, and we are seeing all like kind of we have used this link and asked this API just to see what are the jokes. Show me the jokes. It hasn't showed all the jokes, but what it has done is just showed a random joke. Okay, just one. Okay, you can if you just copy it and paste it into your browser and just add slash view, so you guys can see there are four uh, jokes already added into this API. This is the link, this is the API link, and what the results can be shown here. So if you see it again here, like the ID was 3, the author was NA, and the joke is first rule of programming: if it works, don't touch it. Okay, so we all know it. We just want to skip it. If it works, just don't touch it. Okay, so how it works? It's like you can tell it about like array, or if you're using Python, just indexing. We use indexing from 0 to something, so it is 0, 1, 2, 3. So this is why the ID number is 3, and the jokes is first rule of programming: if it works, don't touch it. So you can see it here again, and the author was in A, this one, and so okay. So this was, and now if you want to actually get access to these jokes from this portal, like you want to see the joke number, like what this one, this joke. Okay, so just use the slash and add, like want to see this one. So id is 0. Just add it and press send. Okay, how did the coder CEO build his company headquarters? Answer is by calling the constructor. Okay, just the construct function. Ask for the constructor. Okay, so this was the joke, right? This was the joke number one, and we wanted to see it. We have just added. You can see here. This is the protocol. This is the actually the host, the slash joke. If you see the joke part, this is the path, and also this is also included into the path. So this is the id number, the id number you are going to use it today. This is the id 0, id 1, id 2, id 3. And now what happens, uh, mm, yes, surely. You guys will be using kind of, you guys be using this API. You guys will be kind of adding some jokes to this link. Okay, so I will be sharing this to you guys too. Just see here, if there are like kind of four jokes, right? But if you want to see like ninth, if you press if you give it here the ninth one, and just then send, what happens? Jokes, no joke not found. So why does it happen? The reason is that there are like four jokes, so how can it find the 10th joke? How can it find one? So there was no point of getting a joke, right? So just you can just get access to it when the results is there. And now the most important part is this one. When you have added the id number 9, you can see the result is jokes not found. But this is the most important part, like 404 not found. I told you previously, like the responses, there are some codes, right? If you get 200, like 200, so it means okay, the process has been done completely fine. Okay, but if you get 404, it means that the process hasn't been done, because you have asked for something but it is not there, so it's kind of incomplete, it's not found, those kind of things. So it's for that. Okay, so that was actually of how you can actually get some information from API, especially from the Postman API, just using this link. And you can see here, this is the path, and also there, here is the ID number, right? We're using the jokes API and we're getting it. Okay, by the way, now what the most important part, we are going to use it. All of you guys are going to use this API, and how you are going to use it. Okay, I'm going to show you how guys are going to use it. Before that, just go there into the documentation part again. If you guys don't get it, okay, so okay, so if you guys can't find the documentation when you go there, you guys can just see here comments, and also here the documentation part. You guys can get it from here too. Okay, there's no issue with that. Just go there. Okay, if I zoom it, wait. Okay, now there into the documentation is made for you guys. So if you just don't get any kind of suggestion from me too, there's no issue with that. Just read it and you guys will be able to use it. There is no issue with that. But today for the session, what we will do, just we are going to kind of want to make an interactive session. Just for that, we are going to use it, like first getting some jokes from the server. We have got it previously from here. I'm going to save it. Okay, just save it. There's no issue with that. Okay, now what we will do, you can see here, this was the get. There's the documentation is mainly, we all know about it. The documentation is mainly for making things easier for you guys to realize a project, to realize a thing. Okay, so after that, we are going to use post. For what? We all know about it. To send some information to someone, we have to use, or to API, you have to use this post method. Now we will be sending a joke. You guys will create a joke and send it to this page. Okay, into this API. We guys will be seeing it. Okay, so what, how to add it? Just go to this and press this three dot and add a request. We are all going to be I have told you again, like we have to add a request, or you have to request, and after that the response comes. So here is the request. We're going to create a request. So I'm going to give this add a joke. Okay, add a joke. So the request, the name will be changed. Okay, you can see here the name has been changed. Okay, so first of all, we have to change this method. What do you have to add? Have you seen it? What we have to add for to get to send some information or to APIs? Can you tell me which method we have to use? Is it get or post or put or delete? We are going to deal with this four. Can you tell me which method we are going to use it? You can just go there into the documentation and kind of see which method we're going to use to send some information. I told you previously. Okay. Abigail told me his post. What about other guys? Um, you guys can just see it. Yes. Okay, so you guys have got it. It is the post you have to use. Yes, Lakshmi also got it. Okay, so thanks for you guys. Okay, so what you have to do now is just copy it properly. You just have to copy it properly. Just I don't want you guys to actually manually write it down. Just you guys can copy. There's no issue with that. Okay, copy the whole thing, and what you guys will do is firstly I will tell you all about that. Go to this body part, body, and okay, wait, let me actually get it. The post one. Wait. Let me. We have to add this link. I just didn't add the link. Sorry for that. Okay. I just didn't add this link. There's also lots of things you guys can manually actually see what are the things into this Postman APIs. Okay, so firstly you have to add this link. Okay, so then just and also the joke part. Okay, then press send. What happens? This is the main thing. Okay, what happens? See it very well. Okay, just do it. Add the post method and then add this link. This was into the documentation part, and also we have added the slide joke part and then send. So we are actually expected, okay, we are actually expected that we are going to send some information to the API. Okay, but have we sent any information? We haven't sent any information or any kind of data with us. What we have done is just added the link and just send it. Nothing was sent. So you can see into the message, I did not send. Okay, so why? You can see here, this joke has the ID 0, this has ID 1, this is ID 2, and this is ID 3, right? So if you want to add a joke, you have to add a ID. Okay, so I will show you. And also you can see here the param. This means the parameter. Parameter has to be ID, location has to be body. It is kind of guiding us where we have to add it, where is the problem, where we have to work on. It is guiding us. Now if we actually go here, you can see here into the body part. Wait, yes, into the body part you have to add all this information. The request doesn't have a body. Okay, so why is this happening? You can see manually. If you see raw visualize. Okay. Okay, so when you are going to actually ask for a joke, you just added this one, this part again. Okay, so this was actually the JSON data. Okay, so you guys can see it. This was the JSON part, and we added view here. So okay, so we got it. Okay, this is how it worked. Now what happens if we're going to use? Wait a second. Okay, save. Post. Have you guys done with it? This part, add a joke. Okay, so now we are going to add a joke, and okay, so we are going to add a joke. So You guys may have different kind of UX, but I have this one. So previously, when I was trying in the morning, it was like I just don't have to go for this one. Okay, it was manually added here, but it has been changed. There's no issue with that. So what we will choose now is choosing this raw one. Okay, you have to choose raw. Just choose raw from the body section, raw from body, and then JSON. Just do it. Okay, have you guys done with it? Do it. Now what we will do into the from the documentation part, just copy this part. Told you previously to copy it. Just copy it and paste it here. Okay, you have to copy it and paste it here. Okay, so here what will happen is, if you now send it. Okay, okay, you can see here joke with ID 1 already exists and add new ID. What it tells us it the into the, if you see the code, the ID is 1, the author is Ali Mustafa, joke is bugs or features, and sources is this. His actually ID is shown here. Okay, so the ID number is 1, but we have a joke already into the ID 1, right? 0, 1, 2, 3. So you cannot add a joke. Okay, so now is your part. Just add a random, created my joke at okay, okay. So you have already created one. There's no issue with that. Yes, you guys can use a manually any kind of joke ID here. Just add one, like Avidal has used ID 6, so I'm using going to use which ID I should use. I'm going to use 7 if you guys haven't used it. So I'm going to rename it like my name. So I think bugs are features. This is cool stuff. Just going to send it. Okay. Uh, okay. Now if you go there and refresh it. Okay. Okay. Avril just mentioned, why do Java programmers have to wear glasses? Because they can't see. Yes, there's, I think you have seen, this is a really famous kind of jokes. There are also this mentioned, like, why do Python programs can't actually use glasses? It's also, they can't see. So I was thinking about what to use when you are, when they can't actually use C++. What should be the joke? Okay. Okay, so there is no issue with that. Avigal has already used this API. Okay, so my API has is already added. I think you guys will be adding your API soon. Just have a try. Just you change this ID and change your name, and also change. Try to use a cool joke here. That will be very cool. Okay, just use a cool joke here, and it will be actually here. Just tell me your ID now into the comment section. I will be kind of refreshing it and share it with you guys. This is supposed to be a joke. Okay. Oh, this is supposed to be a joke. Okay, Mahendra, I have seen your ID. Okay, there's no issue with that. Yes, here's your jokes added. Okay, so here you can see Mahendra has told me his ID number is 8. Okay, so if you see here, there are only jokes, so kind of 7 jokes. Yes, so his ID number is here, right? So yes, but it's not actually depending on the ID. Actually, there are like 7 jokes, so it's added here, right? So this is how it is added. Okay. Okay, Lakshmi has already added. Okay, when I wrote this code, only God and I understood what it did. Now only God knows. Okay, that was a cool joke. Okay, so this is actually all about us, the programmers. We are facing with so much problems, like doing writing codes, but can't see the output. Okay, so trying and trying and trying. Okay, only God and I know what I wrote, right? Okay, so we have actually dealt with these adding a joke part really well. You guys have done really well, so I'm really happy with that. Now if we go again into the documentation part, sorry, into the documentation part again, Now we are going to do it a update. We are going to update our jokes. Okay, so hang on, you guys will have to update your jokes. Okay, you guys will have to update your jokes, add to a new jokes. Okay, so I don't have that much jokes in my mind, but I'm going to do it for you guys. You guys will be updating your jokes now. So I told you previously that it might happen that you guys have made a mistake with that. Okay, you guys have made a mistake, so you guys might need to update your jokes, right? So for that, we will be using this put method and also this course. Okay. This code is the same, just what we copied previously. So what we have to do first, go to these three dots, again add a request. Okay, now you guys can give it a name. I think this should be there to make things easier for you, like update a joke. Okay, now what? Now we had sorry, we had this link. Again, we have to copy that. If you don't want to copy it, you can create it as a set it as a parameter. Okay, so how does it? You can see here set as a variable. Set it to same. Okay, you can set it as a variable, then you can use it. But I'm going to do it because so that you are going to just go use the documentation much more. So that's why I'm going to do it. So we have used post method. Now we are going to use this put method. I'm sure that you guys are already using this API through this documentation, and all. Maybe you have guys have already updated your jokes. So all also again, I'm going to try it for you guys here. What we have to do, sorry, did I? Okay, so you have to use the put. We have used post to send. Now we have to use say put method to update some our informations. Okay, so okay, now as we have added put method and also this one, and also we have to use the joke method, right? Okay, now if we just randomly just sending this, what happens? There is like ID. Okay, Abidal already updated his joke. Okay, there is no issue with that. You are going to do very well. Like, yes, normally I'm just going to show you guys like what happens now. If you don't add any kind of information, again it shows ID not sent, parameter is ID, location is body. Oh, so I can go to body, then draw, then JSON. Okay, just there, go there, this one. Okay, so what was my ID? I think it was 7. Okay, so the name was Itu. So I'm going to do it. For me, I don't have any jokes in my mind. So what I will do is just also going to change my name. Okay, Shahriar. Okay, and but I'm going to is we are okay. I think you guys can see it. We are all oh, okay. You guys can see we are all full stack developer. Okay, so why is that? The reason is that we're using GitHub and we're pulling requests and those kind of things. We are all full stack developer. Okay, not full stack developer, right? Okay, so okay, so you can see. No, wait. Let me see. ID 7 Shariat. Okay, so okay, no issue with that. We have used put method. Now, if you go here, I think I am going to see who guys have changed. Okay, so for me, oh, all of you guys have changed, right? I will have added the best thing about a boolean is that even if you are a wrong, you are only off by a topic. Boolean is all about true and false, right? You're only off by a bit. Okay, really good stuff. Mine was not that much funny. But if we see, Mahindra has also added, it's like algorithm, word used by programmer when they do not want to explain what they did. Yes, just I have used a random algorithm. That's it. Well, I'm not going to mention about it. Okay, so Lakshmi has also added. I said when I wrote this code, only got okay. wait. When I wrote this code, only God and I understood what it did. Now only God knows. Update, debugging, removing the needles from the heist tag. Okay, so Lakshmi, you can also do one thing. Just remove it properly. There's no issue with that. And add just this part, like debugging, removing the needless from the heist tag. Okay, so you can do it also. There's no issue with that. Okay, so congratulations, guys. You guys are using this API really quite well. So, okay, again, I'm going to refresh it. No issue with that. Okay, so again, we have done these three parts very well: getting data, adding a joke, and also updating a joke. Now we are going to delete a joke, delete our own joke. Okay, you have to delete your own joke. Just remember your ID, and you have to delete. Okay, okay, no issues with that. He has updated. Lakshmi has updated his jokes. Okay, no issue with that. Now we are going to delete our joke. Okay, so what you have to do, you guys have seen from the documentation. Again, go there to delete a joke, to delete your own joke. What you have to do? Just you have to create a request again and then mention your ID. This is much more easier. Okay, okay, this is going to be much more easier for you guys. Just press these three dots and again add a request. You can see, say delete the joke. Okay, delete the joke. Now just no issue with that. Again, go to this link from the documentation. Sorry, um, copy and delete a job. Okay, here, control V. Now, if you use this get method here, will it work? Or what will happen? You just have told it that delete a job. Now, if you use this, it is showing hello world. The reason is it is just simple name, right? It's the simple name. This is not dealing with any kind of thing with the code. The thing is, you're using this get method again to get the information, right? Okay, so what we will do, we will just change this get method to delete, and then adding it like joke here. Okay, now you have to mention in, if you see the documentation again, what we have to do is just add your own ID number there. Okay, you can see here to delete a code or joke, though there's no issue with that, just joke slash ID or the code. Okay, you can just add your ID, right? Wait, so slash and my joke has the ID number 7. So if I send it now, joke with ID 7 is deleted. Okay, and save. I want to save all of this saved. Okay. Okay, so joke with ID number 7 was deleted. Is it so? Okay, so the joke is deleted. So only Lakshmi is actually left. I think you will be done within a few seconds. There's no issue with that. Just let me know when you're done. We all have actually deleted our jokes. So we have successfully created a joke here, and we have successfully updated our joke. We have successfully deleted a joke. Okay, when we are done, yeah, you guys can just tell me into the comment section. Okay, into the YouTube. Okay, so that was actually the practical session for today. Like to create one, and also to update one, and to delete our own joke. Okay, I'm going to refresh it again. Okay, Lakshmi, I think it will be done. Yeah, and when you are done, just let us know that you are done. Okay, so again, now we're going to the slides part again. Okay, if I go to the slides, okay. Okay, so the recap, what we have done, we have talked about methods, we have talked about the addresses, we have talked about parameters, we have talked about we don't have to, we haven't talked about authorization that much, but I can show you the authorization part. Okay, let me show you again. Okay, so here you can see here there are a few parts. Okay, we talked about the params. It is all about the parameters, and also this part is for the authentication. This is the headers part. Okay, this is the body part, and this is the request, and also test and settings. We, if you are applying for Postman student expert or so, you will be you will have to go through all of this. I have gone through all of this, so I will also talk about this Postman student expert program here. So Lakshmi is also done. So let me see. Okay, congratulations, guys. You guys have done really, really good job with this live session. Thank you so much. Okay, so uh, I'm showing you like here's the parameter part, here's the authentication part, here's headers, body, and all other parts. If you're applying for the Postman Student Expert program, you will have to go through these labs. Okay, and into the labs, you have to use all of those. Okay, so now going to this recap section again. Okay. So we have talked about the methods, we have talked about addresses, we have talked about parameters, we have talked about not that much for authorizations, but maybe into another session about this authorization. But today we are just using just the basics of API, just created one. And also we have used this body data. Okay. Into the body part, we have added all of our codes. Now, talking about the Postman Student Expert program, right? So Student Expert, this is like the Student Expert certification indicates that you are proficient in the essential skills involved in building and testing API requests in Postman. Okay, just you can just read it. But if I simplify this thing, like if you want to apply for Postman Student Expert, I'm going to share this link with you guys. Postman Student Expert application, right? Just you can also manually search for Postman Student Expert application or program. Okay. Okay. Postman Student Expert. Okay. So you can just apply there. Okay, this is really going to be a good program. This is awesome program actually. After being a Postman Student Expert, what you can just go. Okay, let me show you in this screen. This will be helpful for you how to go to this Postman Student Expert. Okay. Okay. Postman Student Expert. Okay, you can see the student programs. If you search for the Postman student programs or those so into the Google, you guys will be going to see this kind of UX. You can see here the student program, student expert program actually can learn more here and also apply for it. Postman student program and apply to be student expert. Okay, so what happens basically is you have seen me into my ID, right? You can see here this one, just I'm showing you, these are some labs we have to do. Okay, they all have documentations. This is the documentation, just to you have to complete it. I have completed all of those, and now I'm a Postman student expert, I told you before. So you have to kind of what you have to do, just apply from here, go to learn more, and then apply to be student expert, and then you have to apply from here. Oh, sorry, this was the apply to be student expert, and to be a student leader you have to be a student expert first. To be a Postman student leader, this is like to there will be just one student leader from your university or your college, just one. Okay, and you have to be student and you can apply for that. And what will be the benefits, like if you are a Postman student leader, if you're going to host an event in your university or college, you'll be getting support, like financial support or so, from Postman. So this is really some good cool stuffs for students. Just apply for Postman student expert program, and you guys can act. Meanwhile, if you are facing any kind of problem, just reach out to me into the Twitter, or also you guys can see, maybe you guys can see the Discord link into the video. You can see the Discord link. You can be added into this community and you can DM me there. Okay, you can DM me there, and I will be actually guiding you for the program or the labs. Okay, there is no issue with that. You guys can be an expert and then be a leader. Okay, and after that, Postman Classroom program, like we are familiar with the GitHub programs, right? This is kind of one of those, right? Okay, again, going back to the slides. Okay, so this is the link. Postman Student Expert program. This is the link. Okay, so just you can just use it, or I have already provided it into the comment sections. Okay, so going back to the most awaited part, winning amazing swags. Okay, so I think you guys are all excited for this swag part, and we have done this the whole part and waited for the swag part, right? Now we are going to talk about how to win some amazing swags for Postman swag. Okay. Okay, so what we have to do, or you have to do basically, is create your own public workspace. How to do that? I showed you how to create a workspace. Okay, I showed you how to create a workspace. Okay, and what you have to do, create your own public workspace with a collection using any API of your choice. Okay, so what is that? You have to create a, let me show you. Okay, if you come here, you have to create a workspace. Okay, so this is like the collections. There's no, not that part. So okay, you're going to create a workspace. So you are going to use create a workspace, right? Uh, yes, just give it any name. This is my name, so you can just give any name. There's no issue with that, and give it a summary. There will be no problem with that, and then create a workspace. But you have to remember that this has to be public. You cannot create a private workspace. Okay, wait, let me show again. Workspaces. Okay, so here I had actually few workspaces. So how you can realize that these are public or not? You can also create it from here, right? By pressing this new workspace here, you can just create it from here. There's no issue with that. Just you guys can just create one, and also you guys can invite your friends and work with this API. So what you basically have to do is you have to create a public workspace with a collection using any API of your choice. So you can use any kind of API there. So I've just shown you joke, book and code API. Just it was there. So you have to use a API there. It doesn't need to be like you have to create one. You can use anyone's API, any other API, but don't actually use others API without telling them or so. Just use a random public or free API. Just use it and make a good work. Use, or you can also create API. There's no issue with that. I'm not telling you that you cannot actually create API. But if you don't want to create an API, just use a free API, but modify it and make it much more like we can share it from our Postman kind of Twitter account or so. Just those people, we will be sharing few people this those swags. But also there is another swag for people who will summarize this today's learning into the LinkedIn or Twitter. Okay, so what we have to do, this is another swags I will be choosing. That is the part I will be choosing, that person, that who this guy is going to get this swag, who will have the most wonderful kind of summary there. Okay, so what you have to do is share your learning with Postman. You have to use this hashtag. Okay, Postman student. Okay, we make our own create API. If yes, then how can we? Okay, so okay, I'm going to talk about it into the Q&A section. Just dealing with this. Just if you are going to get, if you want a swag for this part, like you have to summarize what you have learned today into the Twitter or LinkedIn, and you will do. But into the Twitter or LinkedIn, you can tag me also. If you are going to summarize in Twitter, just use this hashtag Postman student. You have to use it mostly, And you can also tag me at the rate Shahri and Mitul. Okay, so I've showed you previously my Twitter handle, so Shahri and Mitul. Okay, so again, this is what, and also into the LinkedIn, you can also search my ID, MD Shahriar al Mustaqim Mitul. So it's really a big name, but you can actually tag me also there, LinkedIn. You can just summarize the what you have learned today, or any screenshot of today that you were learning this session, or any kind of thing. And also, obviously, with the screenshot, you have to tell them that how what you have learned, make things easier for the others that yes, you have learned it. So we will be choosing one from there, that this guy will get the Postman swags. Okay, and also about the resources. You can just search it learning.postman.com to learn something, learn about our APIs. Yeah, I will also ask how can I create a API. So into the workspace I shared, the workspace link, you can see into the live stream that it is being mentioned https and tinyurl.com and all that. You can go to that workspace, and there was three part. Okay, if I show you, there was three part. Okay, so if you see here, okay, so here as I forked already, just this part, basics of API is there. But I have already what I did is, like, when I gave you this link, when I use this link. Okay, let me show you again from this. Okay, so okay, building an API. Okay, so this is not what we are going to actually show today. But building an API, you have asked me, we have asked that how to kind of build an API. It is also there. We have actually worked with basics of API, these labs here today. And there is also basics of API with auth. You can try it out. There's no issue with that. And you can also try build an API. You can build an API. Just build a cute API or some awesome API. There's no issue with that. And share it with us. How can you share with that? So I will be sharing the mail also. There's no issue with that. So there's the answer for you guys. Or also, as we are dealing with Postman actually, so I think you should actually use it. The documentation is also there. So the documentation is there, so there will be no issue with that, I think. Okay, again going back there. Okay, so just you have two options. Like, just you can just what you have to do, create a API with public workspace, and then send it to me. Okay, send it to me. I'll be share my email link is into the last slide actually. So you can do this, or you can also summarize what you have learned today. The what you have learned today, you can summarize that, and also use a hashtag, and also you can tag me. And also, if we were talking about the resources, now what resources we can use, like learning.postman.com for the learning center. You can search for that, and you can go there and learn about the Postman, how to use that. And also explore.postman.com for API network and the forum. Okay, community.postman.com. So Postman also has like their own Discord. Postman community has their own Discord, so you can just search for that. You can go there and search for this Postman community. Okay, so you can go there. Okay, now comes to the Q&A part. Now it is the Q&A part. You guys can actually ask your questions if you have any by now. Oh, okay. So if you have kind of if I've created that API and you want to share with me, you can just mail me here. I have adding the email here. You can get it like shahriarmitul382 at gmail.com. So you can mail me here. And also, I want you guys to fill this feedback form if possible. Okay, so I'm going to add it into the comment section. Okay. Got it. Okay, so if you guys have any question, you guys can ask me here, and I will be adding this feedback form here. This is a feedback form just here. Okay, so this is the feedback form. You can share me the feedbacks about the session, and share me the feedback, and also you can ask if you have any question regarding today's event or session, and also how to kind of send uh, your APIs, or any question about this today's session actually. Into you can ask it into the comment section if you guys have any. Okay, so other than this, if I tell you about like the summit, Postman Student Summit, I'm going to share the link here. Postman Student Summit. Okay, Postman Student Summit, you can just search it here. I'm just going to search it manually into the online. Just going to add that link. Okay, okay. Hmm. Thank you, Abhinav, for mentioning that. Okay, okay, okay. Thanks, Abhinav, for that. And if you have any question, you can guys can ask me here now. There's no issue with that. Anything related to sharing the event. And Abhinav, you can actually what you can do. You can make a very good summary of the session. That what you have learned. This is what you learned. This is how you can use just summary. I think you cannot add that much in Twitter, but if you can add some like the summary very well in maybe in LinkedIn, so we can add that there also. I can tell that in a brief or into the summary that this is what you learned. This was something like who post or those kind of methods, those kind of thing. Not very briefly, but yes. And also thanks Mahendra for mentioning that the session. Okay, so I think you guys don't have any question by now. So we have been here for the session for like 90 minutes, right? Thank you, Ganesh, for this. Okay, so if you guys don't have any question, okay, if you guys don't have any question, I'm going to now stop the stream within a few minutes. Okay, so before that, if we want to add something, okay. Mhm. Thank you for that. Okay, again, you can see the chats. Okay, thanks Mahendra for the sage comments, your lovely comments, and also Ganesh. I hope you guys will be there again if we host any kind of event future in near future, and also to get updates about some awesome contents and awesome things. You guys should might actually add yourself to the Discord channel. There is a channel of mine. Okay, so Discord channel, it's the Learn with Middle channel. So I created it a few days back. So I do share some information, and there are some amazing folks there who do share the conferences, events, and all other things like free courses, free sources, those kind of things, and also swag opportunities. We all actually want swags, right? Okay. Thanks for that. And also that's also it. I think that was it. That was a session, and hope you guys actually mention or tag me in Twitter or LinkedIn. Thanks for being here for so much time. And if you guys have any problem, just add yourself into the Discord channel and search for my name, like me too, and just ask me there. Or if you have created this API, just want to send me, you can also send me through that platform too. There's no issue with that. Thank you again for this, for your time, guys. Bye for now today. So see you in another session. Bye.